One thing that I wouldn't do again is I would probably not be so relaxed with my planning.
Yes, of course.
I would probably have made a better outline and got through those last couple of years a little bit quicker. The challenge that we really get into when we're doing our PhDs is that, once you get into the final couple of years, you're really kind of starting to get burned out on that really exciting topic that you were so in love with before. And then you kind of start to spin the wheels, and, that's when you can kind of get off track. So for me, if I had the opportunity to do one thing over, it would probably be to do some better planning in the last couple of years to get out in a more reasonable amount of time. I have a super memorable encounter that involves polar bears. So like I said, when I was first getting introduced to archaeology, one of the professors at Memorial, where I went to school, he did archaeology in northern Labrador. So I was really excited about that. I started kind of hanging around and wanted to get on this project. And I finally got on the project. And then we went north to northern Labrador. And the place that we were doing the work at was locally and lovingly known as Polar Bear Alley. So this is a place where lots of polar bears hang out. So we were pretty much seeing polar bears every day. We were pretty much getting woken up by polar bears, tripping the polar bear alarm every night. And then on one great day, I was in our cook tent washing dishes, and a polar bear came ashore and actually started to chase part of the crew. So everybody, there was a big commotion, and I had to run out of the tent, and I was like, oh, what's going on? And I had a dish rag in my hand, and then I saw this giant polar bear like running straight toward me, and I was thinking, like, what am I going to do? Like, snap the towel at him? Luckily, the polar bear was scared away and everybody was safe, but I think that was probably the most memorable field experience that I have. Oh yeah, that's a great question. So the thing that I really try to kind of instill in my students is that, archaeology is important, and it's possible to work in archaeology. Archaeology is important for a lot of reasons. Archaeology kind of helps us dispel some of these myths, some of these false narratives about Indigenous people in the past. So archaeology can help us really kind of get through that. Can help people learn more about Indigenous histories, which is really something important that we need a lot more of right now. So a couple of things that I like to do to kind of get through stressful times is I like to compartmentalize things. So when I start to get into these really tangly times, I try not to look at what's going to happen tomorrow. Just kind of trying to focus on what I have to do today and the task at hand, and then trying to get through that task, and then breaking that task up into smaller steps, and then, having small little rewards along the way. So that is really helpful for me. I have a giant rock collection all over the place. Half of it's in Newfoundland, half of it's in Calgary, half of it's in here. That's 150%. So I would say that this is my favorite kind of rock. So this is Labradorite, and you can see that when I shine it certain ways, you can see those kind of blue Labradorescence, it's called. So you see all those blue crystals kind of catching the light. So this is my favorite rock. It was first identified in Labrador, in the Nain area, which I spent a lot of time in my more youthful archaeology years, doing archaeology and hanging out in the community. So this is a igneous rock. It forms deep underground from magma and then cools really slowly over time, forming these big, really beautiful crystals. So this is my favorite rock. Yeah, absolutely. But it changes. It depends on what's happening.
I see.
So usually my go-to order on a regular day is sugar-free vanilla iced coffee. That's the go-to. If I'm feeling a little bit sleepy, maybe it'll be a double red eye. And then on the weekend, I usually like to have a latte when I'm just chilling. That's a good question. So one of the reasons why I like anthropology and archaeology is because it helps me understand how things work. So I really like to understand how things work. So like stone tool making, different technologies in the past, things like that. So I think if I wasn't an archaeologist, I would probably be an engineer. Yeah. The end. have these replica stone tools here that I would bury. And the cool thing about these is that they were made by a friend of mine, and these ones are actually made out of a repurposed toilet bowl. And these ones are just made out of thick glass. So I think it would be kind of hilarious to bury these and then have archaeologists kind of dig them up in the future and be like super confused. Like, what's going on here? Did they like bring back like stone tool technology in the 21st century? What's happening? So I think that would kind of be like a pretty hilarious, cruel joke and or puzzle for future archaeologists to sort out. In the fall, I'm teaching a brand new course called Living Through the Anthropocene. So this is a course all about environmental archaeology and how we can use environmental archaeology to be able to understand how people have changed different parts of the environment through time, and how those changes have lasting, reverberating effects through time. So that's going to be a really exciting class, because we're going to examine a core from Grenadier Pond, which is in High Park in Toronto. So that has a lot of information in it about things as far back as Indigenous agriculture, going through the development of Toronto, right up until today. So we're going to take a peek at that.